bluesbaseball.com. Visit the website for information on stats, tickets, rosters, and much more. Once again, that's bluesbaseball.com.
I just have to do that.
Batting now for your Blues, number 7, Diego Murillo.
Diego Murillo leads it off for the Blues in the bottom half of the fourth, and he takes the first pitch high from Tag Andrews, 1-0. Now the Foresters finally got a run on the board this past half inning with an RBI double from Cole Chamberlain. Murillo takes up and away, 2 balls and no strikes to the uncommitted infielder from San Luis Obispo. Murillo celebrating a birthday today at Sinsheimer Stadium. Wouldn't want to spend it any other way, honestly. Swinging a miss here on a sweeper. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike now to Murillo. Murillo's 1 of 1 today. A single in the second, and he came around to score on a sac fly from Zach Tolliman. 2-1, he lines it right back up the middle, return to sender, a base hit. Almost took the head off Tag Andrews, as Murillo is a perfect 2 for 2 on the day.
Happy birthday to you, Diego Murillo. Have yourself a day. 2 for 2, perfect.
What's your favorite kind of cake, Ryan? Like if it was your birthday today?
Like vanilla.
Vanilla?
Yeah.
Do you like when they have the frosting in between the layers? Like, or do you just like straight up just like vanilla cake?
Give me a little bit, not a lot.
Here's EJ Royal, the leadoff man. He takes strike 1. He's 1 for 1 today. Has reached base safely on both of his plate appearances. That's it. So you're a white cake guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big chocolate guy, period.
EJ checks a swing on a pitch in the dirt, and he went around. That's strike 2. 0-2 to the leadoff man playing center. See, I'm the opposite. My favorite cake, German chocolate cake with coconut frosting.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Fire. Every birthday, I have one. The 0-2. Royal sends this one up the middle and another base hit. Back-to-back singles into center field. The Blues are cooking in the fourth.
Just a good piece of hitting. Royal, easily one of the best 2-strike hitters I've ever seen. He just has such a good approach. He knows that he doesn't have to hit the ball hard. He just has to hit it where the defense is, and he continues to do that for the Blues time after time.
So now it's Sebastian Lopez with a chance to extend the lead against their rival Santa Barbara Foresters. He's 0 for 2 today, with a bunt and a strikeout looking as the corners play in against Lopez. Inside move, there's no one at second, but Murillo stands back on the bag. EJ at first, Diego at second. 2 singles in a row to begin the fourth for the Blues in a 4-1 ball game against Santa Barbara. The pitch to Lopez is swung on a miss for strike 1. Seabass got the changeup, and he went fishing after it. And if Lopez can reach here, an opportunity for Zach Tolliman to really bring the boom. Inside move to second again. Seabass showed bunt, but no pitch to him.
Lopez in this exact situation in the second inning had a perfect sacrifice bunt that moved Murillo to third and Royal to second. The Blues scored.
0-1, he gets it down, but it's fouled down the first base line. So now an 0-2 count to Sebastian Lopez as he fights against Tag Andrews. The Arkansas Razorback is dealing with 2 runners on. Murillo's at second and Royal at first. Lopez in an 0-2 count with no outs. Here it comes. Seabass flails this one up and out of play into the grass bleachers for another foul ball. 0-2 again to Seabass. And a thank you to everyone staying tuned with us. We've had a long day, technically, to say the least. Lopez goes down swinging here for strike 3. That's the first out of the inning after a couple of singles in a row. Sebastian Lopez strikes out for the second time this afternoon. Had some Wi-Fi issues just before first pitch. I mean, like a few minutes before the first pitch was tossed, our Wi-Fi just went kablooey. So we're doing the best we can right now. We got radio stream for you. That's the best we can do for you at the moment. But Ryan and I have got you on the play-by-play. Runners on first and second. Here's Tollerman, and he takes it low and inside. That's ball one. So now you really got to listen to us.
Yeah, you have no choice. You can't mute the TV now.
Yeah, now you really have to listen to our voices. I apologize for that. Here's the 1-0. Tollerman takes a strike on the upper outside part of the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike to ZT. EJ's on first and Murillo's on second. Sebastian Lopez just struck out swinging for the first out of the inning. Tollerman is 0 for 0 today. A sac fly and a walk. 1-1. ZT charges this one into center. Another base hit right up the middle. Green light for Murillo. It might be a photo finish at the plate, but he gets in there standing. Zach Tollerman punches it into center field and extends the Blues lead 5-1 in the bottom half of the 4th inning.
You know what's crazy? Rene Regalado put up the stop sign. Diego Murillo blew through it. Rene Regalado, known for being an aggressive third base coach, that time decided to hold Murillo, but Murillo said, "Nah, man, I got this.
It's my birthday. I do what I want on my
score.
birthday." Pigs fly at Sinsheimer Stadium. It's 5-1 against the Sturs as Sam Artois steps in with runners on first and second. First pitch. Artois pops this one into center field. Kill, who was playing pretty shallow, dances back, camps underneath it, makes the grab. EJ tags from second, heads into third. The throw is way offline. A productive out, really, from Sam Artois. Puts 2 in scoring position as Tollerman tagged from first and went into second.
Batting now for your Blues, number 37, Eric Furness.
So a fly out for Artois. That's the second out of the inning. And it brings up Eric Furness, who's seen it well in his first start in a Blues uniform.
Yeah, he is. I mean, a base hit, 2 RBI base hit for that matter, and then a walk. It's been good for the Blues. He's 3 for 4 overall, including his at-bats where he pinch hit.
Here's the first pitch. He takes it high, 1 ball, no strike to Furness. Yeah, 2 RBI single in the first inning. He eventually came around to score as Kosei Suzuki batted him in with a single as well. And then a walk in the third where he was caught stealing by Cole Chamberlain. 1-0. Furness checks his swing. They appeal to first, and he went around. That's strike 1. A sweeper off the plate from the right-handed hitter, Furness, and he went after it, according to the umpires. 2 outs and a 1-1 count here to Eric Furness. Tollerman at second, Royal at third. The 1-1, and he takes this one for strike 2. A slider down the heart of the plate. And Furness had to fight here with 2 strikes now against Tag Andrews, the right-hander from Arkansas. Help might be on the way as another righty is getting hot in the pen for Santa Barbara. Here's the 1-2. Furness takes it low and outside. It's picked by Chamberlain off the plate. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Deuce is wild with 2 outs and 2 runners on. Blues respond to the Foresters' top half of the 4th with a run of their own. 2-2. Furness fouls it straight back, and we'll do it again in the 2 ball, 2 strike count. This has got to be one of my favorite things to watch as well. The Foresters always have a bat boy or bat girl, and they always race against the Blues. The 2-2. Furness takes it just off the plate. He clearly didn't go around here. It's a full count now, 3-2. Furness flinches and takes strike 3. 2 runners in scoring position stranded, but the Blues tack on another. 5-1 SLO as we head into the 5th. And I hand it off to Ryan Giacomini, who's got you for the next 3 on the SLO Blues streaming network.
The bases, they're going to be carrying a stretcher. When they get to second base, they pick up their patient. The first one to make it past third base
And almost
with their
in.
patient
You're the best,
on the
dude.
stretcher wins a gift card to BA Star. It's an arcade downtown.
You are
Make
the
that
best.
style. Quick find.
The only thing is there's no score bug and only one camera. But
Ready, go!
I don't care.
All right, it looks like our inside team there, Hinsom and BJ, Riley and Sydney on the outside. Oh, dropped your patient, that's a ding. All right, look at Riley and Sydney, they've got a good strategy. I think they're lost though. Oh, they're going backwards, very nice. They're coming on the outside, we got Hinsom and BJ.
top of the fifth inning, Blues lead it 5-1. They tack on another run in the bottom half of the fourth inning thanks to an RBI single from Zach Tollerman. And there's a new pitcher after Groff goes 4 good innings for the Blues. Omar Reynoso will take over on the mound.
Yeah, that's a high leverage relief pitcher for the Blues, a left-hander who is very crafty, and the Foresters have had some struggles with Reynoso this summer. Groff looked great today, though, for the Blues, making his first start in the Big 2025.
Groff goes 4 innings, gives up 3 hits, a run it was earned, walks none, and strikes out 5.
It's good production right there.
Really good production as far as fouled off the first 2 pitches and falls behind to the big lefty, Reynoso. The Bulldog from Allen Hancock is ahead of the switch-hitting shortstop, batting from the right side for the first time in today's game. Another guy with a herky-jerky release is Reynoso, as here's the 0-2. Swung on and fisted into center field. It's going to drop in front of Royal for a base hit. A 2-strike hit from Sawyer Farr. First hit of the day for Farr, and the first hit given up by Reynoso.
He comes in and hits in the right-handed batter's box and gets a hit right after doing so. I talked about how many right-handed arms the Blues have, and for a switch hitter like Farr, I mean, he's going to hit left-handed 99% of the time. The one time he goes righty, I would assume that's his dominant side. That's usually how it goes. He gets a base hit.
Now there's some traffic on the bases with Farr. Just hit that leadoff single off first, a lefty move over to first. Farr is back standing. For Zane Becker, the designated hitter in today's game, who popped out in an 0-2 count to Lopez his last time up. First pitch of the at-bat is a called strike. On the knees and on the outer part. Good spot there from Reynoso. The southpaw. Spent 2 years at the collegiate level. Gets Becker to foul that one off.
I went all the way up to the Bay Area to play for the College of San Mateo. And I tell you, we played a road game there at Menlo Park Legends. That field is gorgeous. The vibes there were great. I'd love to play there every day.
Talk about Reynoso being a high leverage reliever for the Blues this year, as he's ahead 0-2 once again to Becker. That fastball misses outside for ball one. He didn't pitch much last year for the Blues, but when he did, he was a high leverage reliever. 10 innings pitched in his 4 appearances, 7 hits, only 1 earned run with 9 strikeouts. Good for a .9 ERA as well as a .9 whip. Combio there from Reynoso misses low. The count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Zane Becker.
A .9, that's very good. I didn't even know it was that good.
2-2 is hit slowly on the ground, foul past Ardois and the third base coach.
He gets a lot of those soft ground balls, a lot of pop outs. And he's just one of those guys that frustrates you as a hitter because it's not high velocity and you still swing and miss somehow.
2-2 slider that is fouled between the wickets of Cam Andrews. We'll do the 2-2 offering one more time as there's a race between the ball people to grab that one behind home plate. Foresters get this one.
That's one of the more entertaining parts of this rivalry is watching those kids collide and foul ground for that baseball.
Here's the 2-2 once again. Runner goes. This one is hit on the hands and right at Cade O'Hara, who will then tag Sawyer Farr for a double play. An unassisted double play from Cade O'Hara. They'll throw it over to first just to be safe. Tagging Sawyer Farr on a base he's not supposed to be on. That'll get the job done.
Man, that was just the worst break for Sawyer Farr. He had that bag stolen, and with no outs, there's literally nothing you can do as a human to get back to first base in time when that softly hit of a liner is hit to the shortstop O'Hara. The only thing to do is just tap Farr.
Now with 2 outs, it'll be the 9-hitter, Cade Miller, who squares to bunt. Reynoso will come off the mound, whip it over to first for the 3rd out of the inning. A leadoff base runner, and then 2 pitches later, and Reynoso is out of the inning. A base hit and a double play and a 1-3 putout will get it done. Blues take their 5-1 lead into the bottom half of the 5th inning, which is brought to you by Studio Design Group Architects. Kosei Suzuki will lead it off for the San Luis Obispo Blues with their 5-1 lead in the bottom of the 5th inning, which is brought to you by Studio Design Group Architects, this talented team at Studio Design Group. Whether you're designing, planning, or needing permits for a space, Studio Design Group and their collaborative philosophy have you covered. Visit sdgarchitects.com to learn more. Suzuki takes ball 1 and ball 2 from Tag Andrews, a righty who is out there the University of Arkansas Fayetteville. Suzuki fouls that one back. Got a pitch he liked and a hitter's count. Could not take advantage.
We are celebrating Aloha Night at Sidsheimer Stadium. Ryan, have you been to Hawaii?
I have, but it's been a long time.
I see.
But I'm going in the end of August as Suzuki chops that one to third on one hop as Muma. His throw over to first is on the money. 5-3 ground out from Suzuki. First time he's grounded out in today's ball game for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Cam Andrews.
Yeah, just a little too early on that pitch. Suzuki just pounding it into the ground on the left side. Got the head out just a touch too early. It was decently hit to Muma, but a routine play for the third baseman. What island are you going to, Ryan?
I am going to the Big Island.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm visiting a childhood friend at the University of Hawaii, Manoa. Be fun. Spending about a week and a half out there. A bender to Cam Andrews is a called strike.
I've been to Oahu and the big one.
Okay.
Low key, I like the big one better.
Yeah?
Less touristy.
Okay. Another bender. This one didn't come back all the way, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike to the backstop, who has walked twice in today's ball game. He walked in the first, walked in the third. He was stranded at first both times. 1-1. Swung on and missed. Late on the fastball is Andrews as he's behind in the count. To tag Andrews.
Yeah, Cam Andrews, no relation, has walked twice today in both of his plate appearances, in the first and in the third.
1-2. Called strike 3. Catches the outer part of the zone. Andrews has a few words for the home plate umpire, and I'm sure he'll have more when he puts the pads back on in the top half of the 6th.
Now look, that's a pitcher's pitch. That is really, really painted on the black. That's a tough one to swing. I honestly think it was a strike, and if I'm Andrews, I want to try to get that pitch when I get back out there.
And now he knows that in the rest of this game, really, he can set up maybe a little further outside. It might get that call, help his pitchers out a little bit, especially when you got the lefty Reynoso out there. Right now, you can set a breaking ball against a righty that might come back and clip the zone as O'Hara watches a fastball right in that same spot for strike 1.
O'Hara's had his struggles at the plate today with 2 strikeouts. Trying to turn that around here. He's the 2 innings where he's come to bat in the first and the third. He has ended those frames with the strikeouts swinging.
He's struggled with the bat as of late. Been really good on the mound for the Blues. It's a 1-1 as a bender. O'Hara steps out of the way, but it curves right into the zone for strike 2.
A good bender at that, too. Bill Pintar, the manager for the Foresters, is letting Tag Andrews go a little longer than I anticipated at the pen.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the top half of the 5th inning for Tag Andrews. As coming back out will be Reynoso in the bottom half of the 5th. He will have to face the top of the order and Mick Paul, followed by Terrence Keel and Easton Muma after this on the Slow Blues streaming network. Reynoso back out there for his second inning of work as he has to face the top of the order and Mick Paul and what is a 5-1 ball game. Blues lead it. Blues went down in order their last time up in the bottom half of the fifth. Ground out and a couple of strikeouts. They've scored in 3 of their 5 opportunities today. 3 in the first, 1 in the second, and 1 in the fourth. Reynoso trying to keep it at a 4-run lead. He will face Mick Paul, the lefty. Lefty on lefty action. First pitch slider. Is it called ball? Paul today 0 for 2. He grounded out to first base to start this game and then struck out in the third. That ended the top half of the third inning. Reynoso working primarily out of the stretch. Here's the 1-0. It's a fastball that misses high. 2 balls and no strikes.
You talk a lot about Cole Chamberlain, today's catcher for the Santa Barbara Foresters, committed to Coastal Carolina and a team that made it to the College World Series. Well, Mick Paul was there, and he won the World Series with LSU.
Got some hardware on that ring finger as he watches ball 3. In his second season at LSU, he took a medical redshirt season. But in his freshman year, he played in 12 games, 1 hit in his 9 at-bats, also was on the SEC first-year academic honor roll. There's a 3-0, misses inside for ball 4. A leadoff walk on 4 pitches to Mick Paul. First time he's reached base today, and that'll bring up Terrence Keel with a runner on first.
Yeah, Paul reaches. We talked about his excelling in the classroom. Well, he excels looking at pitches as well. A leadoff walk for Mick Paul here in the 6th inning.
Meeting on the mound between the infield, their pitcher and catcher. No coach out there. Cam Andrews just said, let's just talk about it, guys. A veteran play from the catcher who's still trying to find a place to play after his program was shut down this last year up at SF State. And he's put himself together quite a good summer. He's looked good defensively. He has looked really good at the plate. I mean, I remember that RBI double and RBI triple that he had in the same game just a couple of weeks ago as Keel grounds that one foul for strike 1.
I can't even fathom the emotion that Andrews and his teammates had when they got that email from San Francisco State. Hey, you're not coming back next year.
And obviously there's nothing that compares to that. I mean, this is a Division II baseball program, and he's a Division II athlete, and he's just trying to make a name for himself, get himself to the next level. And well, you mentioned one email, and it's all gone. He has to try to find a new place to call home after a couple years up in the Bay as he blocks that one right in front of the shoes of Terrence Keel. Reynoso still ahead, though. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Keel just spent his freshman year at Texas A&M. He batted just shy of 300. 59 hits, triple, 2 homers, 11 doubles as he swings and misses at that one. Reynoso gets Keel swinging. It's the second time Terrence Keel has been struck out today, and the first out of the 6th inning.
And Keel has just been unable to figure out the Blues in this summer. I mean, you look at yesterday's game where he, honestly rage quit in the dugout throwing his bat after a couple of pop-outs. Had to take him out of the game, and here a pop-out and 2 Ks, 0 for 3 for Terrence.
In steps another lefty, Easton Muma. The El Paso native. And the lefty-on-lefty battle. We'll watch that fastball yanked into the other's batter's box, but trapped by Cam Andrews for ball 1. Muma was a stud in the Southland. First team All-Southland, first team All-Defense, first team All-Academic as well. Just a weapon on the field and in the classroom. So he fouls that one back to the netting, and the Aces are free. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out and 1 runner on.
Didn't have a shabby freshman season either with the Vaqueros. Started in 24 games and appeared in 32 with a .268 average.
1-1 as a slider for a called strike. Muma looks at that spot for a while.
3 doubles, a triple, no homers. Drove in 7.
You look at the jump he took, an extra 130 at-bats, too. That's huge, a huge confidence builder. As he chops that one softly, Maria will field it, and his only play is at first. Mick Paul had to slow down a little bit to make sure he didn't get hit by that ball. As he moves up into scoring position with 2 outs. A 4-3 ground out brings up Brenton Clark, who is 2 for 2 in today's game. He's halfway to the cycle. A double in the second and a base hit in the fourth. And actually, it looks like Brenton Clark's day is going to be done.
Whoa.
After being the most productive Forester today, it'll be Caleb Hoover.
Didn't see Clark have any issues with his health at all. He's playing right field today. Didn't see any collisions. Hasn't been gotten a lot of action out there either. So I'm kind of curious as to why he's coming out of this game. I will say he did score from first on that double from Chamberlain. So he might have pulled a hammy or something or tweaked something while rounding the bases. Not really sure. But here's Caleb Hoover.
Caleb Hoover, I mean, this is the guy you want coming off your bench, I guess, with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. He was stupid this last year at Grayson College with his .840 slugging as he watches that slider for strike 2. 16 home runs and 118 at-bats, and that got him a commit at South Carolina.
Good.
Here's the 0-2, another slider, this one a little bit further out, frisbeeing out of the zone.
16 bombs and 118 at-bats is very good, especially at this collegiate level.
He's hitting a home run about every 14 out of every 100 times he comes to the plate.
Jeez.
As that one is fouled off. Put that into maybe a little bit better perspective. That's about a home run every 8.5 at-bats.
Yeah. That's a good way of putting it.
So, I mean, if you play him in 2 games and he's 4 at-bats in each game, there's a good chance he's hitting a home run. 1-2. Slider that's up above the zone right at the eyes of Caleb Hoover. Pinch hitting for Clark. Primarily played first base against the Blues, but has played in the outfield. He's also committed to Oklahoma State, a different Division I program, before going the JUCO route at Grayson College. The 2-2 is a fastball right at the knees, but called a ball.
Oh, man, that looked down Broadway from our vantage point.
Definitely did not miss in or out. It was low, must have been below the knees of Hoover. There's Reynoso, full count, 2 outs. Here's the payoff. Swung on and fouled back. We'll do it one more time. Mick Paul stands on second. He walked and then got to second on the Muma ground out. Sandwich in between that was a Terrence Keel strikeout. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Swung on and chopped high up the middle. Maria will play it on a funky hop. Happy birthday, kid! The throw over to first is on the money. The birthday kid with the birthday hop gets the Blues out of the inning, and they take their 5-1 lead into the bottom of the 6th here on the SLO Blues streaming network. Murillo gets to lead it off after making the incredible play at second base. Birthday boy is 2 for 2, 2 base hits and 2 runs scored. A perfect day for the 9-hitter as he fouls that one back and out of play for strike 1. Blues lead at 5-1. They have 7 hits to the Foresters' 4. Both teams with no errors thus far. The Blues' error numbers have gone down significantly recently as Murillo hits that one into the 5-5 hole, playing it on a backhand as far, but the throw will not be in time. Diego Murillo, 3 for 3.
Have a day, kid. That's got to be the best present of them all, right? A 3 for 3 afternoon with a trio of singles.
I mean, it got to be. I remember when I played, so a long time ago. It was my dad's birthday. Not the exact same thing, but on my dad's birthday, I think I went like 2 for 4 with a double, and I was like, that's a good, there's your present, Dad.
Yes, yes.
Now Murillo off first, just like he's been every single time he's come up to bat in today's ball game, as Royal skies that one on the first pitch to Terrence Keel, and here's retired for the first time in today's ball game.
If I was a father, I'd take that present for sure.
Now, if your kid goes 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts,
they're walking home.
Yeah. You're not coming to the birthday dinner, kid. Get in the cages while we're eating dinner.
I'll drop you off. I'll pick you up later.
First pitch to Lopez. He offers the appeal. He didn't go. Ball 1. Lopez, 0 for 3 in today's ball game. A couple of strikeouts along with a beautiful sacrifice bunt. Go over to first. Murillo took a step the wrong way, but he dives back safely. When you look at Murillo's game as well, he's led off. He led off in the 2nd inning, he got a hit and scored. Led off in the 4th inning, got a hit and scored. Led off in the 6th inning, he got a hit. The scoring part is TBD, as that one is fouled off. And it is no balls and 2 strikes. The slider is a called strike at the knees. One-two, swung on and chopped high, but foul down the third baseline. Straighten that one out a little bit, and it bounces over the head of the third baseman, Muma, as there's a new first baseman, and it is Caleb Hoover, which means Miller is out of the game, and there is a new right fielder. Or Miller is in right field, excuse me. Murillo off first. He goes. Pitches in the dirt. Throw to second. Gets into the outfield. Murillo will take off for third. An 180-foot stolen base for Diego Murillo puts him on third with 1 out.
And, man, if that throw from Chamberlain is a little higher on the release point, I mean, Murillo is out by a few steps. But luckily for Diego, the catcher Chamberlain kind of yanked it a little bit, and it trickled into center field.
Blues will take it as the Sturs infield comes in. The outfield, at least the left fielder, pinches towards the gap, and they all come in a couple of steps as well. Lopez strikes out swinging. Lopez strikes out for the 3rd time in today's ball game. That'll bring up Zach Tollerman with a runner on third and 2 outs, an opportunity for the Blues to extend this lead. It's going to take a little more effort now. He had a sac fly in the 2nd, and then he had a base hit in the 4th, an RBI base hit in the 4th. Looking to repeat that here in the 6th.
And you're saying that all Diego Murillo is missing to have 3 identical plate appearances? He needs to score here.
See if Zach Tollerman can give the Blues some deja vu as he takes a slider down for ball 1. Tollerman, slightly open stance, long stance in that right-handed batter's box, filling it out from front to back as he watched strike 1. Tollerman, he's fighting to get another year of eligibility at the collegiate level as he watches that slider away. A 2020 grad during the COVID era. Currently a Spartan up north about 3 hours, San Jose State. 2-1, misses high, 3 balls and 1 strike.
We didn't get prom, Ryan.
That's tough. That is very tough. My prom was like right after everything was like settling down a little bit. 3-1, a bender for a called strike, and the count runs full.
Tallman didn't get a senior day. Nor did I.
That was one thing. I did get a senior day, but I had to wear a mask. Here's the full count. Swung on a miss, strike 3. Tallman goes down on strikes. First time he's been sat down today via way of the K. The Blues strand Murillo on third for the first time all day. Murillo doesn't score, but the Blues still lead it by 4 into the 7th inning on the SLO Blues streaming network. Five, six, 7 due up for the Santa Barbara Foresters, who trail it by 4. Facing the lefty, Omar Reynoso. He's faced 7 batters in his 2 innings of work. He'll have to deal with Cole Chamberlain for the first time in today's game, who has hit the ball really well twice. Once that Royal was able to track down, the other time that was over his head. You can see Royal out there in center. He's playing deep this time. He does not want to get burnt over the top.
Yeah, that opposite field double that one hop the wall just hung in the air for such a long time after ricocheting off the fence. It was smoked.
1-0 pitch is a called strike right at the knees on the outside part of the plate. Good frame job by Andrews to give his pitcher Reynoso a strike. A strikeout, a hit, and a walk in his 2 innings of work. Been great for the Blues this summer, just like he was last summer. It's the 1-1 slider that's hit off the end of the bat, but bleeds into right center field for a base hit. Furness will cut it off. to keep Cole Chamberlain at first, but he has his second hit of the ball game. It's a leadoff single in the 7th inning.
How about a 2-hit day for Cole? Seeing it well, kind of cued it a little bit off the end of the bat, sort of a knuckler into right center field. Furness had no chance at getting there. Leadoff single for the Sturs.
Reynoso is making his 10th appearance today, and in his 16 and a third innings, he's struck out 10 to his 6 walks and only given up 4 earned runs. Good for a 2.24 ERA and a 1.06 WHIP, which stands for walks and hits per inning. As first pitch to second baseman is a called strike on the outer part of the plate. That one in the dirt and blocked by Andrews. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Strikeout and a ground out today for Xavier. This is the only batter that Reynoso has not faced in today's ball game. It's the 1-1. Called strike. One catches the outside part. A very similar strike to what rung up Sebastian Lopez in the 6th inning and Cam Andrews in the 5th inning. Reynoso in the driver's seat as that one is hit high and deep into left center field. Suzuki and Royal chasing after it. This one is off the bottom of the wall. It squirts away from both of the outfielders. Royal will grab it, throw it in, but it's going to be an RBI double for Xavier Esquire.
Man, that thing was tanked, and I thought for a second it was gone. Triple digits off the bottom of the fence for Xavier Esker.
Esker killed that ball, and Royal has been beat over the top twice. That one more in the left center field gap, but usually you almost never see E.J. Royal get beat anywhere in the gaps. He is a very rangy outfielder. That one hit well, as Dean Traynor is going to come out and make a move for a righty. It'll be Jaden Turner, the Matador, who will come in and try to keep this lead at a 3-run lead for the San Luis Obispo Blues. I'll tell you more about Jaden Turner right after this on the SLO Blues streaming network. Another high leverage reliever from the Blues out of the bullpen. This time it's the Matador, Jaden Turner, who committed to play at CSUN just about a week ago. A summer for the Blues. He's making his 9th appearance in his previous 8. He holds a 2-0 record. 19 innings pitched, 17 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned, 5 walks to his 21 strikeouts. A 2.84 ERA with a 1.16 WHIP. one of the best righty relievers the Blues have, if not the best, as he yanks that fastball to Sawyer Farr, who's now batting from the left side after an at-bat from the right side against Reynoso in the 5th where he got a base hit. He'll flip it over to the other side. Watches a first pitch ball from Turner. Here's the 1-0, misses away, 2 balls and no strikes.
And Farr has been much better from the right-handed side of the batter's box for the Foresters this summer, at least the Blues. And that's where he got that base hit, that single. He struck out swinging with the lefty stance.
After that single, he had second base stolen, but the ball was lined in play by Zane Becker as he lines that one into left field. It slices right into Suzuki's mitt. He'll throw it in and keep Xavier Eskew right where he is. A line out for Sawyer Farr is the first out of this inning.
Yeah, slicer off the bat. This one wasn't barreled up entirely, and from the left-handed hitting Sawyer, and that at bat at least, tailing away from the bat, and Suzuki in left field had to kind of square that one up and get the right angle to make the play. He did. It's a line out to left.
Zane Becker, he's 0 for 2 today. Lined into that double play as he watches a slider for ball 1. And he popped out to the first baseman, Lopez, in the 3rd. Standing on deck is Caden Miller, who recently moved to right field defensively as that slider triggering is Becker, but he doesn't go, and it's ball 2, blocked by Andrews.
What a block there by Cam Andrews. Sliding to his right, leaving his feet. He's very athletic, keeping it in front.
Blues have given up a run in this inning, but they still lead it by 3 against the foes from down south. At 110 miles south of here, right on the 101, as Jaden Turner pumps in a fastball that's hit pretty well out into right center field. Royal will track it down, get behind it, throw it in. The tagging up for 3rd is SQ. He will get there safely. A productive out from Zane Becker puts another run 90 feet away is for the Sturs.
Well, it's a little harder, right, because you're dealing with 2 outs. You have to get a base hit if you want to score a run here. And Caden Miller, who is hitless, a pop out, 2 pop outs today actually, or check that, a ground out and a pop out. So it's not just a fly ball situation anymore and a ground ball. You got to find real estate here if you want to make this a 2-run ball game.
Caden Miller's a guy who can get it done, though. Played at UTSA this last year, a team that made it to a super regional. His first pitch is a called strike on the outer part, where he hit 280 with almost a 500 slugging and made the AAC all-freshman team. Made his summer debut against the Blues just a couple of weeks ago. Since then, he's been a pretty staple guy for the Sturs and the lineup. As he watches that backdoor bender for a called strike 2. Very quickly, Turner is ahead 0-2 to the 9-hitter and the first baseman, Caden Miller. Oh, 2, another slider. This one just off the plate. Home plate umpire thought about it, but he keeps it in his pocket, and the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, it missed, but it did not miss by much. Great idea there from Jaden Turner.
1-2. Fastball hit off the hands and into right field. Ranging in on it is Furness, but it's going to bounce in front of him for a base hit. The Sturs get another run. 2 out, 2 strike. Knock off the hands from Caden Miller. Cuts this lead from 4-2 in just 1 inning of play.
Man, that is the most frustrating result that could ever come out of that at-bat. Caden Miller got beat on this pitch and on the hands. He hit it off his hands. It was so softly hit into center, but just enough to where the right fielder Furness couldn't get there. The Sturs now bring it within 2.
Now it's Mick Paul, the Tiger from LSU. And yeah, 5'10", 190 pounds, but he fills up a majority of that left-handed batter's box as he watches this slider up and away for ball 1. Sturs came into this inning trailing 5-1. They now have the tying run at the plate in Mick Paul in a 5-3 ball game. Paul with his baby blue batting gloves as Andrews back picks that one in the dirt. Another incredible stop from Cam Andrews.
Is this a trend I'm missing, the baby blue batting gloves? I feel like we've seen them everywhere.
It must be. I mean, what, a couple weeks ago before we had some players leave, 5 Blues had baby blue BGs.
Yeah.
Mick Paul got them. I mean, his school is nowhere near baby blue.
No.
Purple and yellow, looking for a new place to call home, but previously played at a purple and yellow school. Not like a third color either. Third color is white.
You know, he is from Salt Lake City, and they did just get a new hockey team.
That is true.
With those colors.
The Mammoths. After being the Utah Hockey Club for a couple of years.
That's right.
The 2-0. Swung on and ripped on a line, but right at Eric Furness, who will basket catch it in between his legs for the third out of the inning. The Stars get 2 runs on 3 hits. They strand a runner on first base, and the Blues bats are back up with a chance to extend. Middle of the order, Ardois, Furness, Suzuki due up as it's time to stretch here at the ballpark on the SLO Blues streaming network. Some spice to lead off the bottom half of the 7th inning after everyone at the ballpark is nice and stretched out. Sam Artois will lead it off, followed by Eric Furness and Kosei Suzuki. Artois will step in first, 0 for 2, walk and a run in the first, a strikeout looking in the second, and a fly out to center in the 4th. As there's a new pitcher for the Santa Barbara Foresters, it's Ethan O'Neill.
Yeah, O'Neill is the wonky right-hander from the University of Nevada at Reno, and the Blues are pretty familiar with this guy's game as well. They've seen O'Neill a few times now.
O'Neill, 6'5", 215 pounds, originally from Henderson, Nevada. Previously attended the College of Southern Nevada and UNLV, so just making his way around all the different colleges in the state of Nevada, and now is part of the Wolf Pack in Reno. It's 1-1 to Sam Ardois. Ardois laces that one into right center field, and it gets down in front of Keel. It actually gets past Keel, and it's going to be a double for Ardois. A leadoff double for Sammy. Back-to-back days with an extra base hit for today's third baseman.
I don't know about you, but I was watching Ardois run those bases. He was flying. I mean, he was kind of gliding into second. It was very graceful.
He's a guy who now doesn't really have much to play for because he just committed to play Division I ball down in Louisiana, his home state. Congrats to him, as Blues players are continuously just committing places. Hawk Hill and Jaden Turner were just last week. Don Jordan, who is now left, but he committed to play at Missouri. Ardois.
Mason Ashlock to Rice this afternoon.
Yeah, that was exciting news. A Blue that Nate and I loved on the team. Got very limited time, but man, did he hit the ball hard. As Eric Furness stands back into the box for the 4th time in today's game, watches ball 1. So he got those batting gloves in the back right pocket, none on the hands. Ardois dancing off second. Here's the 1-0. It's a fastball for a called strike. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Ethan O'Neill was all Mountain West second team in 2024. And then this last season had a little bit of a down year. Posted a 5.34 ERA. Gave up 17 walks to his 39 strikeouts in 28 innings pitched. 1-1. Slider that Furness is out in front of for strike 2.
Yeah, Arrow looked really fooled on that pitch. I mean, that plane of that swing was all over the map.
Saw a lot more innings in his freshman campaign at Nevada, his junior campaign at Nevada. He's ahead. Furness, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Furness flares that one the other way. It's going to be in foul ground and playable for the first baseman Hoover, and he'll grab it for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, Furness just trying to stay alive in that at-bat, trying to fight off a pitch he didn't like, and unfortunately for Eric, this one stayed playable in the yard, and the first baseman Hoover just made an easy grab in foul territory. Something I want to mention, too, with Ethan O'Neill. I mean, look at his summer stats, and you see the 7.50 earned run average in 6 innings pitched. That doesn't really tell the story, because that average is entirely weighted on the 5 earned runs he gave up against the Riptide back on June 18th. Ever since then, no earned runs, and this is in 5 appearances. Now making number 6 here.
He's been solid, the exception of that game against the Riptide, which the Stars won. A 9-8 victory for the Stars is Kosei Suzuki, who's 1 for 3 in today's ball game with an RBI single in the first. Fouls that pitch back to the screen. Very still in that left-handed batter's box now. Puts the bat on the shoulder, waggles the front foot with Ardois in second. He led off this inning with a double. Suzuki way behind that fastball up at his eyes. Some chocolate mousse for Suzuki. Looks good.
So bad for you.
So bad for you. Just like that strawberry shortcake we had the other night.
Say that.
Yeah.
I had a lot of that.
Yeah. The 0-2 swung on and fouled back. Oh. For some context, Nate graciously invited myself and one of our social media people, Jack Chirac, over to his house on Tuesday night, made us some dinner, and I brought the dessert, and I brought strawberry shortcake, and I mean, the whole angel loaf was gone by the end of the night.
It's a big back summer, Ryan.
I had to contain myself at 3 pieces as Suzuki rolls out of the way of that slider.
I mean, you have some 75 hard incentive. I know no sugar is not a part of your thing.
I'm trying to cut as much as I can,
right.
But it was a good cheat night, hanging out with the bros, having a good time. Did some tubbing.
Tubbing was great.
Tubbing was great. And the Giants walked it off.
I was just going to say, we listened to that radio call.
That was insane.
Great call.
Dave Fleming, incredible call. As Suzuki pops that one up and out of play. It'll go into the 3rd row of the orange row. Nobody saw that ball in the stands.
Twilight sky, Ryan. Very hard to see the baseball this time of night.
It was funny. None of the fans were even looking up, as if they had no idea they were at a baseball game. Watch your lids over there. Got to be attentive here at the ballpark. Nice thing is, take those free foul balls home with you. The 1-2. Suzuki pops this one up. This time it's going to be playable on the infield. First baseman Hoover will call everyone off and make the grab for the second out of the inning. Back-to-back pop-ups to the first baseman, one in foul territory, one in fair territory, and that'll bring up Cam Andrews with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs.
This has been a day of just misses for Kosei Suzuki. He got underneath one in the 3rd inning, a skied pop out to Paul and left, just early on a ground ball out to 3rd and Easton Muma, and again, trying to go the opposite way here with some oomph, but gets underneath this one to Caleb Hoover at first base.
Blues still lead it 5-3, but the Sturs got 2 runs back in the top half of this inning. Andrews has an opportunity with Ardois 180 feet away to at least get one of those back. Cam Andrews 0 for 1 today, a strikeout and a couple of walks, has yet to put the ball in play. Recently, he's been one of the better bats in the catcher trio for the Blues. Button played yesterday, and he had a hit against the Sturs down in Santa Barbara as Andrews watches that slider for a called strike on the outside part right at the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ardois back-to-back days with an extra base hit. Yesterday it was an RBI triple. Today a leadoff double. He still stands on second as Andrews lines that one down the left field line for a base hit. Rounding third and scoring with ease is Ardois as Andrews is hustling for second, and he's going to get there on 2 feet. An RBI double for Cam Andrews.
Well, that's 6-3 lead for the Blues now. Andrews extending that with extra bases. Hot off the press. Muma got up as high as he could. A great vertical, but Andrews beats him with that frozen rope down the left field line.
He got a slider, waited on it long enough, and then just ripped it. A little off the hands, didn't quite get all the barrel, but it got the job done. The grass caught it up. Paul was able to pick it up, but getting to second base safely was Cam Andrews.
And how about trading places with Sam Ardois? That's what you're kind of taught, and what kind of teammates say to you when you're up at the dish and a guy was on second. Hey, trade places with him, trade places. That's exactly what Andrews did.
Blues now lead it 6-3. They get back one of the runs that the Sturs got in the top half of the 7th inning. Looking for more. Andrews on second for Kate O'Hara, who's trying to avoid the golden sombrero, but he's behind 1 ball. Oh, no balls and 1 strike. Swinging and missing at that one, and very quickly he is behind 0-2. Strikeout in the first to end the first inning. Strikeout in the third to end the 3rd inning. A strikeout in the 5th to end the 5th inning. And he has a chance to strike out here, 1 strike away from the sombrero and ending the 7th inning. Here's the pitch. Misses away. A curveball was backhanded by Chamberlain and blocked in the dirt. O'Hara works himself into a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Maria waits on deck, who is perfect in today's ballgame. He's led off the 2nd, 4th, and 6th with a base hit. 1-2. This is outside. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. With a runner on second, Cade O'Hara. Cade, another guy for the Blues who looking for a place to call home for next season. As a 2-way player, both a hitter and a pitcher. It's looked really good for the Blues on the mound as of late. He swings and misses for strike 3. Golden sombrero for Cade O'Hara, a day to forget. As the Blues do tack on a run, a double from Ardois and a 2-out double from Cam Andrews get it done. And the Blues lead at 6-3 as I pass it over to my partner and my pal, Nate Mills, for the final 2 innings of this ball game. Blues leading by 3 on the SLO Blues streaming network.
Jaden Turner back out there for another inning of work against the Santa Barbara Foresters. The Blues extended their lead. It's now 6-3 against SB, following an RBI double from Cam Andrews. He traded places with Sam Ardois, who stood at second with a leadoff double of his own in the 7th inning. As time is called, and Cam Andrews has a meeting with Jaden Turner on the hill. The batter exchanging some words in front of the rubber as Terrence Cale leads it off this inning. He's 0 for 3 today. The center fielder batting second popped out to left and struck out swinging 2 times. And for a hitter that has been so prolific in the CCL, just can't seem to figure out San Luis Obispo this summer.
Him and the next guy, honestly, Easton Muma, who's also 0 for 3 in today's game. He's had his fair share of struggles against the Blues. They've been 2 guys who have torn up other teams up and down the North and the South.
Turner from the windup delivers. Kill checks a swing. It's a called strike either way. 0-1 to Terrence. Kill is batting at .300 this summer with Santa Barbara. No home runs, but has driven in 12 with his 26 hits. Kill pops this one up to the right side. Tough to see in the twilight air. Furness, the right fielder, camps underneath it and makes the flat-footed grab for the first out of the 8th inning. That's why in times like this, and by times I mean the twilight sky, it is crucial to communicate on pop-ups like that. Furness, the young buck who's heading to Cuesta for his first season of college baseball, did a great job of doing that with Murillo at second base. So now it's the third baseman, Muma, who, as Ryan said, kind of struggling against the Blues. 0 for 3 today. He did hit a hard hit line drive to O'Hara, the shortstop, and take strike 1 here, 0-1. Aside from that, a strikeout looking in the first inning and a ground ball out to the second baseman, Murillo. All conference at Rio Grande Valley, and he swings and foul tips it off his front foot. Now an 0-2 count against Turner, who has been disgusting this summer for the Blues. He's been so good, he's earned himself a commitment to play Division I baseball at Cal State Northridge for the Matadors. Just spent this past 2 seasons playing JUCO ball at Allen Hancock College, and now it's all paying off. Here's the 0-2 to Muma, and Easton swings and misses, strike 3. Elevated fastball, and Muma chased right after it for the second out of the 8th inning.
4597. 4597. You've got hot sauce.
Easy out there for Turner as Caleb Hoover steps in now. So Hoover has kind of had an interesting day because Brenton Clark started this game for the Foresters, and he was a perfect 2 for 2, a double and a single. And then Clark came out and was replaced by Hoover as Caleb takes the first pitch outside, 1-0. And there were no signs of injury for Brenton Clark. There was no hobbling, no caressing of a hand, no behavioral issues. And Hoover just entered and grounded to second base. He swings and misses here, and it's a 1-1 count now to Caleb. I mean, good or bad performance for Clark, Hoover is a bat you'd like to have in the lineup based on his commitment to South Carolina and the cartoonish season he had at Grayson College. He checks his swing here. They appeal to third, and Caleb didn't go around. 2 balls and a strike now to the first baseman, Hoover. And we talk about it every single time he's up at the plate, really, and you have to mention it. 840 slugging, I mean, that's ridiculous this past season. 2-1. Hoover swings and misses, strike 2. I mean, that's some damage. 16 home runs and 118 at-bats as well. Yeah, that'll get you to a first-class ticket right into the SEC. 2-2 with 2 outs. Caleb sends it the opposite way. Suzuki, the left fielder, makes the flat-footed grab for the third out of the inning. Jaden Turner faces the minimum in the top half of the 8th. We head into the bottom of the frame. The Blues up by 3, 6-3, San Luis Obispo on the Slow Blues streaming network. 9-1-2 due up for San Luis Obispo in the bottom half of the 8th inning at Sinsheimer Stadium. And a new pitcher for the Santa Barbara Foresters as they trail 6-3 against the Blues. It's the right-hander from Texas Christian University, Tyler Fino. This past season with the Horned Frogs. Didn't see a lot of action, just only made one appearance, had 1 inning in that appearance, and he got a strikeout facing 3 batters. But this summer, he has a .213 earned run average and is making his 8th appearance in a Foresters uniform. In 12 2/3, he's hurled 11 strikeouts to 4 walks and 9 hits. The last time he was out there was on July 2nd against the OC Riptide, where he pitched innings with 1 strikeout. Here's Diego Murillo, who's a perfect 3 for 3 on his birthday. He's the first guy to face the new right-hander. Slow wind-up first pitch. Diego takes it outside, and the catcher Chamberlain can't squeeze it. That's 1-0 now to the second baseman batting 9th. A single in the 2nd, a single in the 4th, and a single in the 6th. Also made a great play at second base to celebrate a new year on this planet. Here's the 1-0 from Fino. Murillo grounds it to the left side, backhanded by Muma, who throws it hard across the diamond and guns down Murillo at first base for the first out of the inning. First time today that the birthday boy has been retired, and there's 1 gone in the 8th.
No longer perfect, but I mean, I would take a 3 for 4 day on my birthday, any day of the week.
That's the best gift you can ask for as you flip it to the top of the order, and E.J. Royal. Royal's having a pretty good day as well. 2 for 3 to be exact, with a pair of singles and a walk in the 2nd. He was caught stealing in the first base off an excellent throw from the catcher Cole Chamberlain behind the dish. If you catch E.J. Royal stealing a base, that's how you know you really did something right, because he is fast. First pitch, Royal foul tips it into the mitt of Chamberlain at home plate for strike 1. Blues leading 6-3 over the Foresters. It's been somewhat of a back and forth affair between these two. But San Luis Obispo has been pacing for pretty much the entirety of this ballgame. The 0-1 with 1 out. EJ leaves it in there for a strike. A delayed call from the home plate umpire. And now Royal's got to be tough with 2 here with 1 out. And Sebastian Lopez stands on deck. He's 0 for 4 today with the Blues. The lights coming into effect as the sun sets behind Madonna Peak in the heart of San Luis Obispo. Here's the 0-2. EJ leaves a slider and it just misses off the plate inside. 1-2 now to the leadoff man and center fielder Royal. EJ just wrapped up his college career at Utah Tech as a JUCO Bandit from Cuesta College, and now is looking forward to the next step in independent league baseball. 1-2. Royal swings and sends it into the 5-hole, a base hit. Muma tried to dive and keep it in the infield, but Royal snuck that one right past the leather. 3-hit day for the leadoff man, EJ. And with 1 out, there's a runner on first base for Sebastian Lopez, who would like some of that production rubbed off on him here.
EJ just doing exactly what he's supposed to as the leadoff batter, getting on base, helping his team out. Right there, another good base hit.
So here's Seabass, a trio of strikeouts today along with a sacrifice bunt. A very well executed bunt at that. And he's here with Royal on first base, who stands with his hands on his knees. That's the 11th base hit of the day for San Luis Obispo. The offense really has come alive today. Pitch misses low and outside. Chamberlain has to backhand it. That's ball 1 to Lopez. And really, Seabass, this has been a very mental day for him. Strikeout looking in the first, a call that he didn't fully agree with, and kind of chasing pitches out of the zone. Really trying to correct that here late in this ball game in the bottom half of the 8th. And it's really kind of represented a summer of struggle for Seabass. 1-0. Lopez takes another pitch low and outside. And again, Chamberlain has to backhand it. 2 balls and no strikes. That's kind of been his story with the Blues. It's just trying to get to that level that he knows he can get to, because he's a Division I caliber player, and he actually fought for a starting job at first base this past season at Seattle University. The 2-0. Another pitch, low and outside. Chamberlain stops it, 3 balls and no strikes. So Lopez has certainly, labeled himself as a Division I player. Batted in the mid-200s this past season at Seattle in the Western Athletic Conference, so he's certainly capable. Just wanting it to translate here on the Central Coast has been a struggle. Long hold, here's the 3-0. Lopez leaves that one, and it's a called strike, 3-1. And on a 3-0 count, you get a fastball like that that's just on the outer half of the plate. I mean, you're usually not swinging at it. It's not like it's a 2-strike count you're trying to expand. The home plate umpire, if anyone, expanded the zone that time. So Lopez is to step back in. Royal inches off first base with 1 out. Here's 3-1. Lopez takes a fastball. This one's definitely a strike on the outer black. 3-2 now to the Red Hawk, and a native from Henderson, Nevada. Players coming from all over the country to play in the CCL. As Tyler Fino, the pitcher, is from Champlin, Minnesota. Long hold, here's the payoff to Lopez. And Seabass takes a fastball, painted for strike 3. Upper edge of the zone, the home plate umpire rings him up, and Lopez has some choice words for the umpire.
Sounds like he kind of has every right to. That ball was not really all that close to the strike zone, and that gives a second Blues batter sombrero.
Heading into today's game, and the Blues have played in 34 games this summer. Only one Blues hitter had hit for the Golden Sombrero, which is 4 strikeouts. And in game number 35, 2 have. So now here's Zach Tollerman, who is 1 of 2 today. A 2-time Blues Player of the Week and back-to-back winner of that award as well. Take strike 1 here. A slider just inside of the kneecaps of Tollerman, who stands in at 6'5" in the right-handed batter's box. And tries to make it sting just a little bit more for Santa Barbara on the bottom half of the 8th inning. Royal an average lead off first, and with 2 outs, here's the 0-1. Tollerman a wave and a miss on a sweeper for strike 2. Got him absolutely fooled on that offering. Tollerman, like E.J. Royal at first base, trying to play independent league baseball following this season on the Central Coast. ZT is playing in his 4th consecutive year with the Blues. He has sure loved his time in San Luis Obispo. He's a former Cuesta Cougar, the junior college up the road here, and has just want to milk every last moment here in San Luis Obispo. 0-2. Tollerman swings and misses at a slider here for strike 3. E.J. Royal is stranded on first base following the 1-out single, and then back-to-back Ks for the new pitcher, Tyler Fino. We head into the 9th. The Blues try to close it out as they lead 6-3 heading into the inning over the Foresters on the SLO Blues streaming network. Top of the 9th inning, Jaden Turner waits to close this one out for San Luis Obispo. They lead the Foresters 6-3 on Hawaiian night at Sinsheimer Stadium. Leading it off for the Foresters, it's the catcher Cole Chamberlain. First pitch to him, And Chamberlain leaves it outside 1-0 to Cole, who is one of the hotter hitters in this Foresters lineup, at least tonight. 2 for 3 with an RBI double, a single in the 7th where he came around to score, and a fly ball out to E.J. Royal in center field. That one was smoked as well. Turner from the windup strides and shoots. The 1-0 is popped up and playable on the right side of the infield. Murillo camped underneath it. A long hang time on that pop-up from Chamberlain as Diego squeezes it with 2 hands for the first out of the 9th inning. Quick and easy out for Jaden Turner as he tries to put a bow on this contest for the Blues as Xavier Esker comes up to the dish for Santa Barbara. The second baseman bats second and is 1 for 3 today with an RBI double that scored Cole Chamberlain in the 7th.
He just got out probably one of the harder hitters that you're going to have to face in this inning.
Here's the first pitch. Esker with a lazy swing skies it into center. Royal in the darkness now comes into the light to make the catch. Out number 2 is recorded on 1 pitch, and Turner is 1 away from sealing the Blues win against the Foresters.
We got 2 pitches, 2 outs for Jaden Turner. Trying to throw a 3-pitch inning right here against Farr. Bats from the left side for the 3rd time in today's game.
It's Farr who's 1 for 3. A line out to left and a strikeout swinging. Turner delivers, and Farr takes for strike 1. A slider that just kind of wrinkled into the zone. 0-1 to Sawyer. The 6'4", 190-pound switch hitter from Fort Worth on the 0-1. Takes it inside, almost hitting the back foot of Farr. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the Blues are a game outside of a playoff spot. The Alameda Merchants are 13-9, and they're 1 away from first. 1-1, and a weird-looking check swing from Farr. Got them all sorts of tangled up on that pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Sawyer. What fans are left here on a brisk night on the Central Coast bellow for hot sauce to end this ball game. It comes down to Sawyer Farr, the 1-2. Leaves it high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sonoma Stompers are in first place. The Walnut Creek Crawdads tied for first, and the Merchants are in 3rd. The Blues 1 game